Hey guys, and welcome to the official overview of the living room. Can we just start off by saying, yes, I've been away for such a long time. Can't do a catch up in this video because there is so much I need to show you about the set. But I will definitely be doing a build using all of this content and all of our other collabs and things like that. So yeah, this is going to be a long one. So we need to get straight into it, and there's 60 items to show, and I'm gonna do the backstory, all the little behind the scenes little things, everything about every single item. So make sure you go to the toilet first because it's gonna be a while. I'm gonna try and keep it under an hour. I'm not promising anything. And yeah, once again, thank you for all of your support, which enables us to make these sets. Links down below for early access, and without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so we are here in game. I have set up this room, or shall I say room? I said room. I never say room. So living room is how I say living room. Room. And Felix ever so delicately pointed out that I say it in a slightly not proper way. So that is the meaning behind this set. Also, apparently room is Swedish, I think also Danish for room, so I think it fits really well with the whole collabs. We normally have some kind of Scandinavian vibe running through our collabs, as well as normally some Asian influences as well. So yeah, let's get into it. I've set up this room. There is only one of every item. So as I said, there are 60 items. So yeah, I'm gonna go through all of them. I've kind of set them out in a logical way, but not quite. And then at the end, I'm gonna show you two different rooms, one that Felix built, one that I built, to showcase these items and the possibilities. But of course, there's lots of possibilities. So we'll start off, I think personally, with the living room. What we really wanted it to be different to everything else. There are lots of CC sofas out there available. We get that, of course. These are a little bit special, but yeah, one of the main things we wanted to concentrate on in this set was clutter and artwork. I think as builders, we are all saying more clutter, more artwork, and good looking stuff, not those horrible purple books that are in base game. Okay, so anyway, we'll start with this 3D artwork, and I'll go through all the swatches. This is 3D, it's all built out, as you can see, and I think it's just a nice piece to have as if you have a blank wall and you just want to add something, an extra special pop of something. So we have neutral colors, and then we also have these brighter pops of colors. I think in this set we haven't been afraid of color. Lots of times we always have our kind of standard color palette, and then we add to it for each set whatever vibe we're trying to go for. And yeah, I think our colors becoming more saturated as we go along. So yeah, you have these bright reds, this bright orange, this yellow is new as well. The mustard we've kind of tweaked from the past color. So yeah, I'll go through, we have names for all of the colors. Believe it or not, this is just white. It's just white. This is I think this one's, no, that's white as well. This one's a new color. We call it creme. I don't know why we name every color stupidly, but this is I think just light wood. This is our light wood color. This one is a new color. It's called caramel. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Then this one is another wood tone. So this, I think, is our warm wood. This one is grey, mud, charcoal we call it. This is bright blue. This one is actually a combination between periwinkle that we had in Tiny Twaddlers and the powder blue we normally have. This is dusky blue. This is another new color. It's very similar to the sage that we have had in past sets. This one is forest green. This is a new green. This is Wabe, Sabe, and yes, it does say that in all of our Photoshop files. One layer says Wabe and the other one says Sabe. Then this one, Oh, this one is called Castle Green. I was like, huh. This one's like kind of a splash of colour in this one. It's not in all of our other items. And then this one is called Puke. I don't know why we gave it such a flattering name, but I think it's probably my favourite colour overall out of everything. And this one was in our last set in the Jardine. And then this mustard, that I said, is just a slightly tweaked version of the one we always had. Sometimes you go back and you look at colours and you're like, The yellow is called Light Mustard now because it's a new yellow. It's not been in any other sets. Orange is Tangerine. This is Burgundy. This red is just called Red. And then we have this one, which is Salmon, but we call it Salamon. And then the pink, which is called Powder. And then we have the purple, which is a special request from Felix. He has a vision. This is called Pawn Purple. So I'm sure you're not going to be able to look at it the same way ever again, but yeah, that's the story behind it. Those are all the colours. So that's the kind of base for all the colours. We'll have unique one-off colours as well and wood tones and everything, but yeah. So artwork, next one. This dipped one, we saw there were these dip frames and it's literally just like dip the whole entire painting in, and so that's what we want to recreate with these ones. We've used some in-game paintings that your Sims can create. We found those in the game files, and personal fave and Felix's fave as well is this girl with the pearl earring painting that the Sims did. There's actually quite a few classic paintings that the Sims recreated that your Sims will paint. So that's one of them. And yeah, we're just kind of combos, and then just to be versatile, we've got these ones where they're just a brush texture on the inside and a regular painted frame on the outside. So yeah, that's the idea, is to be able to mix and match all of this and create amazing gallery walls and everything. Then we have this same frame but a tiny weeny one, this ornate one, and then it's just got these blobs of art. Just another little accent. I just envision everyone having gallery walls everywhere. Then we have this one. This is the same frame that came in Tiny Twavelers, but we've added wood onto it this time, and we've got different prints in here and stuff. So these flowers and vases, and then we've gone into artwork, more modern artwork. This is crazy light is on it. Okay, there we go. And that comes in this dark black frame. Well, actually it's called Mud. It's just slightly off black. And then this mid-tone wood as well. I think it's light, or is it light mid? Yeah. So yeah, there should be something. You can put lots of different ones all over the place and should be able to mix and match. There's just, I think with this, there's infinite possibilities. You can create completely different looks out of all different things. And then we have the leaning version of the same thing, which we've done before. Everyone loves a good leaning painting. Never underestimate the power of a good leaning painting. All the same swatches, but this time leaning, so no tool mod required to place that perfectly. Also, what we changed in this one is that our leaning paintings now can go up. So that means that you can place these really nicely. If you use the Alt key, you can place these really nicely, like on top of the fireplace here, like that, without having to use the 9 key. So yeah, normally, of course, you can just run them along the floor, but you can also just alt them perfectly into place. So no 9 key required. Then we have this leaning artwork. All of this artwork, by the way, we have either got a commercial license to use it, or we have created it ourselves from inspiration that we see on the internet, or just randomly in our head, to be quite honest. So this one was inspired from a painting that we had pinned, but Felix created all of this, and we did all different colorways. So yeah, these are original or have a commercial license for them, and there's just, look, there's so many. I think my favorite out of this one is this. I love the texture and the whole blob. It's just so simple, but it's something that we needed in the game, and I'm glad that we have it now. So this one is a 3D leaning. You can see that there's different heights to it, and this one is just like when you want artwork, but you don't want it to necessarily be some kind of, I don't know, landscape painting or something like that. I think most of our stuff is like that. It's not necessarily a subject. It's more abstract and geometric. So this comes in woods as well. So we've got this new wood grain as well here. And then we have some painted ones. And then we have some colour block ones as well. So added a little bit more interest. And then we have these brush textured ones, which I think are my fave. Yeah, I think it could be so classy if you just had something here with just a little bit of extra texture on. Then we'll get to one of the main events. Don't you love it when Move Objects does that to your windows? One of the main events, which is the sofas. So we have a lot of designer pieces in here. If you know, then you know. These are Bellini sofas. They are just both mine and Felix's lustful sofas. The story is that Felix was going to do this for one of his sets, and then he found another sofa, and I feel like we just wanted you guys to have it sooner rather than later. So instead of having to wait a few months, we decided it would go in this set. And this is probably my dream sofa IRL. And if you guys know the creator of I Swoon, is called Athena Calderon, and she has this amazing Brooklyn brownstone, and these sofas are in there in grey, in like a velvet grey. They're stunning. The interior of her house is like everywhere, and I want to recreate that one day. So these sofas were required. Of course, these come in so many swatches. They're called, the funny thing about this set was, okay, some people call this texture like a teddy texture. I saw it written down and I said to Felix, it's called bustle. And he was like, what texture now? I've never heard of this. And I was like, bustle. And then he got me to spell out the word and he's like, no, that's boucle. So don't be like me. Don't say bustle. It's boucle, this teddy texture. Or you could just be normal and just say teddy. But we've got that in a whole load of swatches. Everything that the painting basically came in, minus a couple of them. So yeah, this is basically the color palette for the whole entire set. It's based off this, and we interchange every once in a while. You can have your salamon, or powder pink. I'm gonna leave that on there. So the 2-seater comes with arms, and then the 3-seater doesn't come with any arms. We want it to be kind of like a mix match kind of look. And then alternatively, if you do want the 2-seater without arms, you can just put the 2 armchairs together. So yeah, that's like that. All the same colors, of course. And then we have the Ottoman. There are some little slots, not slots on the 2-seater or the armchair, but there's a slot on the Ottoman, so that can be like a coffee table, or you just want to put like this tray on there. And then on the 3-seater, there's a slot on this chair, and there's also a slot on here. So Ottomans, we tend to put slots on our stuff just to make it so you can decorate it a whole lot easier, and it just fits perfectly on the surface. Your Sims can still use the sofa, and yeah, it just looks cute. Why not? So we're putting that there. And then what else should I do next? Oh, I think I'll do this tray. This tray is a special item for Kayla, aka Little Simsy. We wanted to say thank you for all the support that both Kayla and Deligracy have given our collabs. Without them, they would not be anywhere near as successful as they have been. So them showing off of our sets and all the wonderful things they said have been so helpful. So we wanted to say thanks, and we asked each of them to give us some inspiration for a clutter piece, because of course this set is all about the clutter. And this was Kayla's one. She loves the Nifty knitting tray, and that is a great one. It's great. You can just plonk it down on the coffee table and instant decoration. So this one is kind of special because it's Kayla, so it had to have a cow plant on the front of the book. But if I take you to the first swatch, you'll notice actually that, the remote control and the bowl has gone missing. So this one is special because as you change the swatches, you get a different layout. So if you just want to have the books, you can. There are also slots on this, so of course you can decorate and add extras, and then you can just change the swatches to have extra clutter or less clutter. And then we have also a different design on the books and colorways like that. So there's 4 different ones, you can see like that. So they each have 3 swatches, which has a different level of decoration. Just a quick note on these trays. They do have lots of slots, particularly this one we separated out the tray. So that same tray now has a whole load more slots. If I just put this down to the ground, oh, that's the wrong way, to the ground. Best practice, I have put a note on the entry into the catalogue. Where are we? Here we are. I have put a note on here. When you hover over it, it will tell you. But basically, if you put this onto a surface, the game doesn't see all of the slots that we've added. So what you'll want to do is probably fully decorate it first on the floor, then put it on whatever final surface you want to put it on, and your decoration will stay, it will be fine, it will find the slots. There are lots of slots and a remote control also separated out. So there are so many slots on here, you can put so many things. All these pieces like the coffee table tray, coffee table book, the magazines, they all slot there and they work beautifully. So yeah, this bowl is slotted onto the tray and this remote control. So this is like a bigger version of that one, separated out. This is its own item, so you can decorate to your heart's content. Comes in a whole load of swatches. And then the remote control as well, separated out. I think the remote control is just such a cute thing to add a little extra something. It makes the place look lived in rather than just a kind of show home. You know, if you just have the remote control like thrown around on your coffee table, it looks kind of cute. Also stacks on top of books and magazines, of course, because we had a slot there. So yeah, the coffee table books, we'll do those. My personal fave, and I think Felix did a great job of this, is Bob Pancakes on the front of Simlish GQ. So yeah, you look happy with it. Simlish GQ, and we have an AD as well. That's one of Felix's builds. Then we have one of my builds, and this is House and Garden, Simlish edition. We have another magazine, different layout. This is one of Felix's favourite magazines. And then we have an ID magazine. And then we have Bella Goth on the front of Vogue. So yeah, there's a whole multitude of those. It does also come in a stacked version. So that's a single one, and you come in a stacked version. And you can also, there's a slot on top of that, and you can put even more books and magazines or whatever you would like, or vases. Multitude. Now, back in my early days of building, I used quite a bit of Alpha CC because there wasn't that much Max's Match good looking content, and the staple of my builds when I built with Alpha content was the obligatory Tom Ford coffee table book. It's iconic. When I managed to afford to buy my own place, that will be on my coffee table book. It would just be, you know, one of those signs. It's not even an expensive thing, but it's one of those signs that you're like, oh, I've passed a milestone. So yeah, Tom Ford book, but you know, it's in Simlish. So we have Tom Ford. This is an Architectural Digest. They have a special edition. We have a Dior book, and it's got like a nice fabric texture on it. Then we have Prada, because everyone needs a Prada coffee table book. And then we have Chanel classic. We decided to do the white with black instead of the black with white because we've already had the Tom Ford. These also stack. You can stack them up as high as you would like. If you hold down shift, you can just pile them up. Of course, you can also size them down. Where are you? Boop. And, you know, put them at a nice little angle. Just everything with this clutter is designed to be versatile and customizable, so that even though they're a kind of set amount of items, you can easily customize everything. Then we have this drinks tray, which is super cute. It's just everything to make it look like someone lives in your Sims' home. multitude of swatches, more than you could ever possibly require for a drinks tray, but yeah, so many swatches. And then we have the coffee table itself, which is this rounded design, and of course so many wood tones, the same wood tones that appear in all of the items. So I won't go through all of the other item swatches, but yeah, standard ones that we've had in past ones, plus a couple extra. This one we called strong mid because it's the mid wood but with an extra layer of colour. Then there's this which we call your brown. So it's one that I created for my country collection, so that's been added in, and all the other standard wood tones that we normally have in all the other ones. Oh, this is a new one. This is creme as a wood tone. Instead of white, white can be quite a difficult colour to recreate in The Sims. It can look quite harsh, so it's just an off-white, so it's a bit softer. Then we have the accompanying side table as well, the end table, and then candles. Now, I know you're all guys going to say, oh my god, it's candles, it's Harrie. These weren't my idea. These were Felix's idea. So they look really cute. There's like an obelisk, and these look like tiny houses, which are also just cute, and swatches. And then that also comes in a single version as well of just the house. So yeah, that's the same swatches. What else is there? Oh, and then we move on to this I've seen people say very designer looking, yes. Very uncomfortable, yes, I do agree, but your Sims don't feel that way about this marble chair. So we have a whole load of marble. We created a new marble texture for this set. So this hasn't been on any of our other sets. And I love the black and white veins, it's a good one. And then this coloured vein, that had to be the first swatch. And then we got it in different marble tones, and then we also have it in the plaster as well. So this is a plaster looking one, so it looks like it's cast rather than a solid piece of marble. There we go. Okay, and then we have the accompanying end table as well. So it's just meant to be blocky, solid piece of marble, and again the same marble and plaster colours. Then that takes us swiftly, because of those swatches, takes us swiftly onto the fireplace. Now, fun fact about this fireplace is that this is Kim Kardashian's fireplace. I don't admire her for her sense of style in many areas, but she did employ, well, Kanye did employ Axel Fairfort to design their entire house and the interiors and everything. And this, along with a few other architects and designers, but his hand is all over their house, and their house is stunning. If you haven't seen it, I think there's a whole Architectural Digest article that shows their house. And this is in their living room, this fireplace, and it's stunning. It's so simple, but effective. And this was one of the quicker items to make, actually, but both me and Felix did not expect it to turn out as good as this, and we were both blown away. This would be, I think it's just in white. Their whole house, the Kardashian house, is just white. So this is the one that you'd see in an image. But then there's also all the plaster tones, same ones that the seat and the side table come in, and then also the marble tones as well. So all of that. I think you can create some seriously classy looking fireplaces, homes. And yeah, let me just show it in action. There we go. Fully alight and aflame. Beautiful, stunning. Then we'll go to what is above the fireplace, which if you haven't read any of the descriptions, you might think is another piece of artwork, and you'll say, well, why didn't you show this piece of artwork when you showed the others? No, it's not just artwork, it's actually a TV. So I've had requests for this quite a few times, and believe it or not, this just was my one piece that I wanted in this set from the very beginning, was this TV. So this one is kind of from imagination. This one doesn't exist with this like classic frame. This is the one that exists. We're calling this a Samsung frame TV. I think you'll get what that links back to. And that was my piece that I wanted, and the piece that Felix had to have, and that sprung us into this set, were these Danish Bookshelf, but we'll get onto that in a little bit. But yeah, so we have 2 TVs in the set, wall mounted ones. Of course, they still look good when you size them down as well. If you don't have a giant wall to put them on, they still look good sized down. But when they are off, they are artwork, and when they are on, they are a regular TV. So we have 10 different artwork designs, and then a few different wood tones and painted effects to choose from. So we have like a midwood here with, I think everything comes with this midwood frame. And then we have a few that have this darker frame, and a few that have this light coloured frame, and then a few that have this mud tone. So yeah, I'll just go through. Artwork either was all created by us, so we went through these. Oh, this one is a painting from the game as well, which is a cute landscape. And then this just regular blob. We have lots of blobs everywhere and brushes, and these ones we've done a couple that, you know, these look like just like artwork, but we wanted sometimes for you to understand that it's a TV. So lots of times on TVs you just have that screensaver now on the TV. So this is meant to be like you've got the time and the date here, and some classic artwork that the Sims team did and recreated. And then this one as well, a more modern version of the screensaver look with the time on. So there's a classic version and a more modern version. And then we have this frame that's just closer to the original, the Samsung Frame TV, super slim to the wall as well. Very simple frame. And then you go through and you've got all of the same artworks that you have on the more classic one with the thicker frame. So yeah, I hope you guys like this. I better show this in action, otherwise you won't believe that it works. So we'll just watch a movie, please. I don't know why you shuffle to the sides. The Sims is great. There you go. When you turn it on, it just turns into a regular TV. And when you turn it off, it's artwork again. And the same with this one. Here you sit down there. Turn it on. We're not meant to show this off yet. Did you just decide to rock and then turn it on? Oh, thank you. That's great. I suppose on that note, we'll show off the rocking chair. Some of you may recognize this one. I won't say what designer it is, but yes, it's a classic rocking chair, and we all need a modern one. This entire set is base game compatible. And for some reason, the animations and everything for the rocking is in base game. Thank you, Sims team, for doing that. So yeah, this is completely base game. You don't need Nifty knitting for it. And as you can see, nice smooth rocking that you can rock in and watch your amazing TV in. So yeah, this comes in a whole load of colours, and it has this nice little fur accent on the front as well. So go through all these colours. If you can't find a colour, there's something wrong with you. So yeah, this comes in the original ones that the manufacturers decided, and a few tiny tweaks along the way. But yeah, I think because it is meant to be like a solid, I think it's like injection molded plastic, the fur just adds a little bit of softness to it, and yeah, it's super cute. I can't wait to use it. I have not used Nifty knitting at all, so I'm excited to actually have this in the game and to be able to use it, because let's be honest, the rocking chairs that were added in the pack were not the most desirable, but this is cute. So we go on to the second little mini set of chairs. Yeah, that's just me sitting there. Hair's a bit longer in this, but we have these chairs, and they come in a whole load of swatches. This, I think, is another, I say everything's my favourite, but the piping, the black swatch with the white piping, if I had time to build, you'd be seeing this every day. So many swatches in our colour palette, mix and match, colour blocking and piping going all the way through. The piping is just delicious on this. You've even got it in your porn purple piping. So yeah, that's it. This one and the matching armchair, I think they're super stylish. Yeah, accessible. I think that's one of our main features is that we want to bring great design to everyone, but we want it to be accessible as well, and not be so intimidating. Hopefully we've done that with this. Then we'll move on to this Smokey Mirror. It's got this little... Also, thank you EA for this lovely glitch. I had someone send me saying, like, has people reported the glitch in your mirrors? Unfortunately, there's a glitch in the mirrors right now where the wall disappears when you look in the reflection. So yeah, we'll just ignore that and go through these. They come in some different bracket colors. So we've got like the silver tone and the black ones, and then different colors for the design, the smoky design on it. And then we also just have a nice plain one, because you don't always want to be super designer with your smoky effect on your mirror. Sometimes you just want a plain one. So that's what that one is. I hope I haven't forgotten anything about this artwork. No, I think I'm all good. So the second half of the room is our little kind of work area. I know a lot of us have been working from home during these crazy pandemic times, so we wanted a whole work from home vibe as well. These desks this is Felix's IRL desk, so he normally manages to sneak in a few items that he has in real life into sets, and this is one of them that he managed to sneak in. Now, what we've done, we've labelled them as a desk, and they are in the desk section, but they are actually a dining table. I don't know if I'm the only one, but there are some gorgeous looking desks in the game, and you can't use them as dining tables. But a dining table you can use as a desk. So technically these are dining tables, but you know you can always use dining tables as desks. So we've labelled them desks, but you can put all of your chairs around it and they all fit like not... Oh, this is a two-seater. What am I trying to do? Fit. There you go. So you can use it as a desk or as a dining table. Whole load of swatches for your greatness. Same in this one. And then we have the matching desk chair as well, but of course you can use that as a dining chair as well, or just a chair in the corner. Some wood tones, so we change between the silver and sometimes they have the black metal. And then we have the different paints as well, just a selection of paints. So if you want a pink chair, you can have a pink chair and a light wood and silver desk. And then we have this other chair here. This one is categorized as a dining chair. It could also be put around your table for your desk, but also predominantly you see this as an accent chair. But when you're creating content for The Sims, sometimes you have limitations on the proportions that they assign for certain objects. So for example, if you look here, a sofa is lower than a dining chair, and the proportions of the original of this needed to be honoured, so it's a dining chair, just so we can keep as close to the original proportions as possible, whereas this can be nice and low and everything. So yeah, it's a dining chair just to keep the proportions. Otherwise, really, we see it being used as an armchair mostly, but you have the bonus that you can also sit on it and be very swish as you eat your dinner. So yeah, that's that one. And then we have this reworked version of a plant that came in base game. Just a little extra note. All of these items here, I think bar the plants and maybe one other mesh. Oh, maybe the crane as well. Apart from that, these are all original meshes. 100% original, created by the two of us. They are not mesh edits, so if you see any similarities between this and something in game, that's just it. They're a similarity, they're not the same. Apart from plants, because the Sims team nail plants, but not so much the design of the pots. So this one is the edited version. It's meant to be a Kentia palm in the game, but Felix, like, they don't look like that in real life. It's a little bit kind of like a kid's version of a Kentia palm. So he's changed up the shape of the leaves and also the colour, and then we've just given it some tasteful pot colours, because the one in game was added with the Caribbean patch, and I know to honour that they had some patterns, but I always just wanted a plain like black pot, and there's a plain white one that I always use, but not a plain black one. So we've got that in this. We have lots of plains, terracottas, all that good stuff. And then onto another plant that we have. This plant came with Paranormal. Yeah, it's super cute and amazing, and it's in this Ikebana vase. So this just changes the different metal tones, and it's such a nice, I think it's so nice as also a centerpiece on the table as well. Super duper cute. There we go. And then we also have this standing version of the Ornate Frame that we saw before. So this has got a little stand on it, and it's got all the same swatches, so you can just have it on your tabletop. So it's not like the leaning ones, it just sits and attaches to slots. Then also we have this vase, this little ribbed vase, multitude of tones. I saw this and I was just like, let's have a decorative vase. I think decorative vases are also another great thing because they're, but I think you just want clutter that isn't that distinctive, but it looks good. So that's what we tried to add in this. Now this piece here, this is a bookcase, and it's super extra special because this is one of the pieces that I worked on, and it spanned over 4 days. It was a labor of love. I don't think I've done this much detailing or something before. This is one of the first pieces that I did were in terms of extra detailing. So we have all the details on the books, this like series of books, this paperweight here, and these books and these magazines. If you look closely, if I can get here closely, the front cover is the bathroom, and it's Elle magazine. Okay. And then these are my favorite. I think one of my favorite things from the whole set are these postal tubes. You've got your little address label and your fragile sticker on there, and your little postmark as well, a little post stamp. So yeah, this is super cute and goes with the whole work from home vibe as well. And of course, this comes in all of our wood tones that all the other stuff does. Blah blah. Then we shall go onwards and upwards onto the Felix key pieces that he wanted, which was this Danish bookshelf. So it's actually made up of 3 pieces. You have your middle section, well, what we see as the middle section, but you can put it anywhere. You could have a whole row of these, but there's basically 3 different choices. There's one with lots of compartments, and then one with compartment only on the right, and then one on the left. So these all join together, and they won't flicker when they're placed together. They are like perfectly 2 tiles exactly, and they just overlap each other beautifully. Then they have like these closed ones, and you can see there's like these extra like hinges there, and of course a whole load of wood tones, same as all the other ones. And let me put this back. Why did I change that? Put that back. Now we're going to go on to the book clutter because there is a lot of it. This book clutter that we have is designed to go in this Danish shelf, this particular unit. It will of course work on a regular shelf and stuff. They are large because they're meant to be like design books and things like that you would have, and they just needed to fill this space. But you can use them and size them down once, and they fit stunningly into this one as well. So size down once, they look great in here. Oh, I forgot to show you like 5 million different, there's slots everywhere. Let me take this. There's slots everywhere on this, in here, along here, on the top of that, on the top of that, one down there, one in there. There's slots everywhere, so you can add more clutter. We just gave you kind of like a jumping off point, but you can add a whole lot more. So yeah, clutter pieces. We have this statue, and it's got this really cool gradient on it. It didn't have it, and then we got to the final colouring process, and Felix decided to add a gradient onto it, and it looks super chic and cool. Then we have what I showed you before, the pile of magazines, and these also stack on top of each other, so boop, like that. And the same swatches as the single magazine. Then we have like what's meant to be like a series of books. So they all have the same design, but they're meant to be like different editions. And they've got like a paper sleeve around them. Are we going to call it a sleeve? Yep. So yeah, these different colours so that you can have different looks in your interiors. Now these items, these big ones are meant to go into a central slot that's on the shelf. Let me pick this up. There is a slot, it's slightly closer towards the front, and also your books will fit perfectly into like the... Why is this stuck? Oh, okay. I picked up a thing. You can fit it perfectly into the back corner. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong slot. There you go. Into the back corner, and it will all fit. So you don't have to worry. You just plonk it in there and it works. And then we have this like one with a bookend. And so we have different tones for this. There's kind of like nautical-ish. Then we have a more natural one, and then we have a pale neutral one, and then we have a dark colorway. And on the front of this there is some artwork. You'll notice that's a little painting from Base Game. And yeah, so that one is made to go in this side slot, and it just goes up perfectly against there, or you can put it in the middle if you wanted to, but yeah, it's meant to go perfectly to the side. And then we have these books. So this also have the same kind of themes as this bookend one. So this first one, they're kind of like, hey, color everywhere swatch. And then we have the slightly more muted one, and then we have this natural greens, browns one, and then we have the pale one, and then we have the dark moody color tone as well. Super duper cute. You should be able to place these on normal things. I think probably on a normal shelf you may want to size them down once, but they fit perfectly in this bookshelf. Then we'll move on to this here book stand that can be placed anywhere. So, you know, only special books get a book stand. So this is a very special book. The pages are very cute and personal to us. Well, the first few are. This would be the kitchen, our little promo shot. There's the two of us. Look, it's two, how we developed. The two of us in the kitchen. Then we have the bathroom. You can see some promo from that. And tiny twavelers. There's Mr. Croc eating the freezer bunny. And then we have the Jardine there as well. And then we move on to, like, it would look cool if it was like kind of like a travel book. So we've got a shot from Salvadorada in there. And then one from Mount Comorabi. And then we have one of Felix's builds. So you've gone to Florence now. And then we have my country collection in there. So one of the shots from that. So now you're in the country. It's like a nice interior design book. And then you have a classic interior from Felix. And then, you know, you can have it like it's a book of artwork. So those are all the swatches that are in this one. Put that pic there. Then we have this crane. This actually comes from a piece of a giant light that comes with City Living that has these cranes on. I love the cranes, but they're so not usable in a giant light. So separated my favorite one out, and then did these in different colorways to make this just a cute little origami crane sculpture. I think it's like a nice little accent, a modern touch. And then we have this sculptural bust with the ivy coming out the top, which is awesome and amazing, and yeah, one of my faves. It's one of the first ones that we did. And then we have these box files. If I take this here, these box files, and use obviously lots of storage in there, you pile them up, but these fit perfectly into the shelf as well, and they come in a few different color swatches. For some reason, you know, 10's a key number. You can have any kind of look you want from this. And then we have the singled out ones. So this one, as you can see, stacks on top of each other. Let's rotate that like that. And you can stack these up as high as you like in any direction you would like to as well. So if you are doing maybe, they look like shoe boxes to me. So if you were doing maybe a retail lot and you wanted them, you could also use them in that. Just little clutter items to make it look lived in. And then we're on to the last little section, which is this console table. It's in the same kind of family as this bookcase as well. You can also put, if you have a TV, tabletop TV, you can put it in there. So of course, all the standard colour swatches for the wood tones. Then we have this phone and keys. Actually, I'll do this tray first. This is Deligracy's special item, and she wanted a little tray with keys in to put like next to the front door. I think these items, it's really funny that Deli wanted keys and Kayla specifically talked about a remote control, and they're just those little touches that make a house a home. So these are super cute. Along with the coffee table tray, this one also has some special swatches. So you have keys, and then you have some pens and pencils and an eraser and some post-its, and then you also have a little tray that has your phone in. So different colors of tray, and also all of the post-it notes change as well to go with the different tray colors. And I thought this was really cute because originally when Deli started streaming on Twitch, I remember watching, and when she got a new subscriber, she used to get a yellow post-it note and write the name of the subscriber on the post-it note and put it onto the kitchen, the large kitchen doors. Yeah, that's the one that she had in the background of her apartment. That's a nice little extra touch. And then she got the keys, and it's got a little heart on it and everything. It's super cute. So then with this one, we separated out, and you have a tray. So this also has a slot in it, so you can decorate it however you would like. You don't just have to have keys, phones, and stationery in it. And then we put together this phone and the keys as well, so that you can put these on any surface, so they don't have to be bound to a tray. And these again could just go right next to the front door on the console table, or they can even go like on your coffee table, or even on top of your magazine if you would like. So that's those. And then we have this another little cute Ikebana bowl arrangement. So the color of the flowers changes, and then also the bowl changes. So you got two different, a light and a dark tone, and then the different bowls. So last but no means least, the last item is actually an extra special item, and it's this book, and it says Ghana book on it. It does say Ghana in Simlish, and my heritage is from Ghana, my granddad's from Ghana, and he recently passed away, and this is the book in memory of him. He wrote his own book in his retirement about Ghana, so I've always said that I would redesign it. He designed it first of all, and the cover is heinous. So I always said I would redesign the book, and it's something that I have never got around to doing, but it's something that I want to do this year, is redesign it. And I've always envisioned it with a kente cloth pattern. The kente cloth in Ghanaian tradition can mean lots of different things. The colours signify different things and have different meanings. And yeah, I just wanted to add this in as a little token and make sure that there is a little piece of him forever in the game. So yeah, that is everything. I have managed to show you everything. How long have we been going? 48 minutes. Oh my god, I'm going to keep it under an hour. So yeah, this is everything we did, and I have to say I am so happy with how it turned out. I don't think we expected it to be this good, but I have to say, just it is a precursor for the sets that we both have planned for the next 3 months. I won't spill the beans too much on what the sets are that we have planned, but they are special ones. So if you like these, you're going to like what we're going to be doing for the next 3 months. So yes, on to the rooms. This is Felix's room. So this one is like a kind of workspace area. So this one's more work, and my one's more kind of a living space. We've got the love seats here in front of, this is a fireplace. All of the content in here is made by us and is base game, apart from the flooring, which is from Eco Lifestyle. But apart from that, all of this room is base game, and of course it's lots of items by myself and Felix. All of these doors you see, if you like these doors, these are free doors by Felix. If you do see something from this, it will all be on House of Harlix, apart from, of course, the living room items. That's on early access at the moment. But those, of course, will be on houseofharlix.com. I'll make sure that's linked down below the description. But yeah, this is like the dream, hey, I have to work from home setup. You have the magazine, you have the coffee table books, my granddad's little Ghana book. And yeah, I didn't even show the extra slots on this. So of course you've got a slot on top of there, so if you want to put a candle you can, but also you have slots on this side so you can put extra decoration on this already pre-decorated coffee table tray. So yeah, this is super cute. I think this is a completely different vibe that you'll notice from mine. I think this is such a cool look. I like all the dark tones. This is just like a literal visual representation of the differences between myself and Felix. But yeah, it's so great to see how all of you are going to use all of the items as well, like the difference between, we didn't tell each other what we were going to build and we just decided we'd each build a room. And yeah, this is how his turned out. And it's, if I had, let's just imagine this. If this is the size of your workspace, just imagine what the size of the rest of the house is. So one day that would be living the dream, seriously. And now onto my room. For some reason, my game has gone forward a lot and it's now dark outside, but it wasn't meant to be. It's meant to be like this and have light going through the windows. That's a shame. Let me quickly cheat our way to success. We'll set it to like, there we go, to like 6 o'clock at night. Beautiful. You got the light streaming in here as well, because the light was meant to stream in here. Gorgeous lighting. I've got to say, the Sims game, when it comes to lighting, beautiful. And the light comes through the window. And then we have my little setup, which uses only base games. So if you want this, these are both up on the gallery. This is on Felix's gallery page. His origin ID is Felixander Sims. Find that there. Don't forget to tick include custom content, otherwise you don't see any of the content. Yeah, in the advanced search options to get this one. And then if you want this one, this is on my page, so hey_Harrie, that's my origin ID. And then this one, I started creating it. I started off from the setup that we made for the promo shot and then just completely changed it. It just ended up being completely different. But yeah, this one, for some reason, I feel like we both used these doors, but I feel like I'm in Spain somewhere. For some reason, I just felt like the colors looked like it was some kind of swanky apartment in Spain. I said Madrid, I'm just sticking with it. But yeah, this is another way you can use all of our items, all of the clutter. We've got items from the kitchen as well in here. So yeah, this is completely base game and super stunning. It's amazing that now that we've gone so far along, you can also have gorgeous looking things even if you only have base game. So yeah, this is it. This is everything. So I wanted to show this all to you. I just want to say thank you so much for the support. We couldn't have a catch up in this video, but the build, I will have plenty of time to babble on and catch you up on everything that's been going on, future plans, things that have happened in the time that I've been gone. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Bye guys.